All right, let's get into it. Today, we're taking a deep dive into what is, without a doubt, a modern classic, Martin Scorsese's The Departed. We're going to break down exactly what makes this Oscar-winning thriller such an absolute unforgettable masterpiece.
I mean, this quote pretty much says it all, doesn't it? The Departed isn't just a movie you watch, it's an experience you survive. We're talking relentless high stakes, brutal tension, and an ending that, seriously, even all these years later, will leave you completely breathless.
So, what's the secret sauce here? What's the engine that drives all that incredible tension? Well, it all boils down to this brilliant, honestly terrifying setup that's built on the ultimate deception.
Now, you might know that The Departed is an adaptation of the awesome Hong Kong film Infernal Affairs. But what Scorsese does is he just yanks that story and slams it right down onto the mean streets of Boston. The result is this uniquely American saga that feels so raw, so authentic, and just incredibly dangerous. Okay, the entire film balances on this razor's edge. On one side, you've got Billy Costigan, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. He's an undercover cop who has to basically become a violent criminal to get inside the mob. And on the other side, Colin Sullivan, played by Matt Damon. He's the exact opposite, a mole for the mob who's wormed his way up to the top of the police force. They're two sides of the same corrupt coin, living these parallel, opposite lives. And get this, they're each supposed to hunt down the other guy. And the result of that setup is just this constant, suffocating tension. The script is so sharp, so unpredictable, that every single word, every look they exchange feels like it could be the one that brings the whole thing crashing down. You're on the edge of your seat the entire time. It's just a masterclass in making an audience sweat. Of course, a script that good is nothing without the actors to pull it off, right? And the cast of The Departed, well, it's nothing short of legendary. These performances are what give the story its brutal, beating heart. First up, Leonardo DiCaprio as Billy Costigan. His performance is just phenomenal. You can literally feel the psychological damage this job is doing to him, watching him slowly lose his grip on who he even is anymore. It's one of the best performances of his entire career, hands down. And then, you have Jack Nicholson as the mob boss, Frank Costello. Man, Nicholson doesn't just play a villain here. He unleashes this unforgettable force of nature. He's terrifying, weirdly charismatic, and just completely unhinged. He owns every single scene he's in with this wild, unpredictable energy. In playing against all that raw anxiety from DiCaprio, you got Matt Damon as Colin Sullivan. He is just chillingly calm and methodical. The way he navigates this treacherous double life with such ease, it's honestly disturbing. It's this quiet, unsettling performance that just gets under your skin. So you have the script, you have the actors. But who's the conductor of this whole chaotic orchestra? The one and only Martin Scorsese. Everything we've talked about is shaped and sharpened by his legendary direction.
You can see his fingerprints all over this thing. The pacing, it's lightning fast, but somehow it never feels out of control. The look of the film is so raw and urban. You feel like you're right there on those gritty Boston streets. And the soundtrack? Oh man, it just pulses with this rock and roll energy that is the perfect match for the violent, corrupt world these characters are trapped in.
But here's the thing. This movie is way more than just an incredible action thriller. It's got some really deep, kinda unsettling stuff going on right at its core.
The film is constantly asking us, where is that line between good and evil? Is there even a line? It digs deep into the psychological pressure of living a lie, and it shows you how corruption isn't just for mobsters, it seeps into every level of society, from the streets all the way up to the halls of power. And all of that really leads to the film's huge, haunting question. Think about it. For both Billy and Colin, their jobs are their identities, but those jobs are total lies. So who are they really? It makes you ask yourself, are we just what we do for a living, or is there something deeper inside that truly defines us? So when you take that flawless script, the unforgettable performances, Scorsese's masterful direction, and all these deep, challenging themes, and you put them all together, you get one simple conclusion. This film is an undeniable masterpiece. Look, the verdict is simple. Is The Departed an intense thriller? 100%. But it's also a heartbreaking tragedy. It's just a brilliantly executed piece of cinema, from its very first scene to its absolutely shocking final moments. And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. The numbers really speak for themselves. A 4.8 out of 5, that's about as close to perfect as you can get. And it just shows how deeply this film connects with, well, pretty much everyone.
And of course, this was the one. This was the film that finally got Martin Scorsese his Academy Award for Best Director. After decades of making iconic movies, it was this long-awaited, totally deserved win that cemented this film's place in history. Ultimately, The Departed is so much more than just a great crime movie. It's one of those films that just gets under your skin. It leaves you thinking about loyalty, betrayal, and who we really are, long after the credits have finished rolling. It's a true masterpiece that you absolutely have to see.